Artificial intelligence is not a new buzzword anymore. However, extraordinary improvements in computer science and in machine learning are allowing scientists to create robots that have more and more human-like features. Language is the key aspect of what makes us human, right? So creating computers that are capable of augmenting like a human requires a deep understanding of human language. But language is complex and ever-evolving. As humans, it takes years to learn about the relationship between words and the importance of the context. For computers to augment our imagination and inspire us to innovate, they will need to be able to translate raw data into deeper understanding of our human experience. That's where the challenge sits currently. So in this episode of abiliotalks, I will share with you a different perspective on how these AI projects are struggling and how to overcome these challenges.
Cut it out, stupid! I am not a chicken.
Despite billions of dollars spent in AI and digital transformation initiatives, over the last 2 decades, the failure rates are reaching concerning numbers. They're about 75%. In other words, 3 out of 4 AI projects don't finish as successful as they could be. Basically, they're not doing what's supposed to be doing. But why? Well, imagine that you're training a person or a robot to execute a certain task, right? And the reference data available to plan and run that particular training is not adequate, it is too old, few rules don't apply anymore, or even wrong or misleading information. The chances of things get out of the rail are very high. Agree? Well, the same thinking applies here. Okay, let's put some science behind. I did a bit of research on this topic. Many organizations don't know how to understand, manage, and exploit data, as they face some internal conflicts about harnessing data, and this impacts on how you can work towards changing your culture to use data more efficiently, right? So among other reasons, AI projects generally fails on understanding what data is required for machine learning models, and it struggles with preparing data in a way that is beneficial to those systems. Let me go deeper here because this is very important, right? So the recent explosion of data arising from a wide variety of sources coupled with large amount of fast computers has enabled the accelerated progress of what we call it deep learning, right? This subset of machine learning uses artificial neural networks to train a machine to perform a certain task. Through a sophisticated optimization process, the neural networks learn the strength of each of the connections between the neurons by being trained with example data. But if the data is not structured properly, in the later stages of the process, it will either not work at all, or even worse, it will give inaccurate predictions and or incorrect results. Using data effectively can answer your questions about how your business operates and help you to improve. Want a quick and easy example? Let me tell you this. Here you go. There's a certain online company, worldwide coverage, sort of taxi, where you can ask for a ride just pushing a button on your cell phone and locating yourself in the GPS. You know what I'm talking about, right? Anyway, well, their data management system gives a huge market advantage. It sets the price for rides according to the market demands. It tells drivers what are the best times to operate and work towards the excellence of this type of service. Traditional taxi services struggle to compete with this efficiency, don't they? What happens is that the users often find themselves taking too much time to find the data they need and end up by missing important pieces of information that would have been critical to their analysis. Producing high-quality data is the most time-consuming pieces of the machine learning lifecycle. One of the reasons is that the data issues are discovered in a trial-and-error fashion. New code must be writing for every issue found. This is not efficient, neither precise. On top of that, the well-known data exponential growth and increasing computing power of IoT and edge devices have caused an unprecedented volumes of data coming from several locations and formats, which has a serious impact on the management efforts and the main goal of getting insights from it. The result is what we call it enterprise amnesia, because bigger the data system is, less insight we have proportionally. And with all that said, it is no surprise that one of the key challenges for developing an AI organization is somehow handling the data arising from a wide variety of sources and make sense of all of it. So, how to have a better understanding of my data and keeping up with this data growth? To start overcoming this big data dilemma, first you need to consider the data context. Imagine your data as this puzzle piece. What can you tell me about it? Any insights, predictions? Hard to tell, eh? But if I add this piece now, what can you tell me? It's still hard, isn't it? You would need all the pieces around it to start making any sense of what is the complete message, wouldn't you? That's what I mean by data context. Another important aspect is to shift your culture so it embraces data and encourages curiosity. Don't take your data for granted or assume you know what insights you might have. Be creative on how possible fits does your puzzle piece might have. Albert Einstein suggested that the way that you frame a question is more important than coming up with an answer. That means you can explore new avenues if you design your questions properly. So, to better understand something, you need to consider the things around it. It is just like a puzzle piece. It is putting a piece of data on the table, compare it with other pieces and see how it fits. You will end up by having insights and predictions based on more puzzle pieces, increasing your accuracy, completeness, reliability, and relevance. Not to mention the speed gain that you have because more pieces together, less thinking time. Artificial intelligence is a technology that relies on data to transform and create impact. But all of the data in the world won't do us any good if we are unable to process it, right? To move toward a complete digital transformation, a company needs to imbue their data with additional semantics and meaning, leveraging insights from data to identify new business opportunities, better serve customers, grow sales, improve operations, and much more. It allows organizations to use evidence-based data to make decisions and plan carefully to pursue business objectives. So, to wrap up, I will leave you guys with this. Do you want to get the most out of your AI using data as a fuel? Just let me know. I'm happy to assist. that was pretty much it for today. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please send me your comments and feedbacks. I would love to hear from you, okay? Cheers, kekaha matewa.